Hello everyone, and welcome to The Truth About the New iPad. Today is just going to be a short segment video on what to note about the new iPad. And first segment is the screen. Now, which one is the new iPad and which one is the iPad 2? Give you a few seconds to think about it. Is it the right? Is it the left? Can you tell the text? Is that one crisper? Or is that one crisper? Which one? Which one? Give up? Alright. The new iPad is that one. That is the new iPad. Don't feel bad. I think a study showed that, 7 out of 10 people couldn't tell the difference or picked the wrong one, so don't feel bad if you picked the wrong one. So the first thing is the screen, of course. The screen is called a Retina Display, and as long as you are 15 inches or closer, you can tell the difference. If you're not, you can't tell the difference. Your eyes literally can't. So anyone that tells you otherwise is full of it. So that's the biggest selling point of the new iPad, and it's only going to be different if you're 15 inches or closer. Which, if you're any further than that, you can't really tell the difference. So don't feel bad if you couldn't tell the difference on the opening. Second misconception is the speed. It has a quad-core graphics card. Yeah, other processors right now have 16-core graphics card. 4 isn't that impressive unless you hear it's a quad-core graphics card. The processor is actually still a dual-core 1 GHz processor, so it's the exact same speed processor as last year's model, as the iPad 2. Now, is there any difference to the speed at all? Slightly. It now has 1 gig of RAM as opposed to 512 RAM. This is the only speed improvement made to the new iPad. Again, anyone that tells you anything otherwise is completely full of it, and they don't really know what they're talking about. Camera. Is the camera better? Absolutely. The back camera is better. What about the front one? We're not talking about that. No, actually, the front one is still less than 1 megapixel. So it is not any better than the iPad 2. Which, of course, it's not like they have an app for that called FaceTime or anything like that. No. No one uses that anyway, right? You don't use it? You don't use Skype or FaceTime? That's not requested often by anyone? Oh, wait. Actually, yeah, so the back camera is better, a lot better, which it had to be. I mean, the first one was, 0.6 megapixels. That's 0.6 megapixel was on the iPad 2. And the front one is still 0.3, so it is less than 1 megapixel. So don't expect to get the best video chatting quality out there. Number 4, how many apps are there? Well, the iPad 2, right over here, this tablet has over 200,000 apps available for it. This tablet has a total of 24 apps made for the new iPad. I'm sorry, I almost called it the iPad 3. I know that's against Apple's wishes, so it's called the new iPad. The new iPad only has 24 apps available for it to actually show off the display. Otherwise, you don't really get a good quality image, actually. It actually looks better on an iPad 2 than it does on the new iPad. If you use any of the apps that aren't on there suggested, works great with the new iPad. On the Apple Store, you can see that. Now, last thing is, what about the overall feel of it? Well, it feels kind of like an iPad 2 if you put, a weight on it. Because it really is a lot heavier, and definitely from carrying it around a lot, you'll notice a huge difference in weight compared to the iPad 2. I would say arguably, actually, I'm still seeing which one is heavier between the new iPad and the iPad 1. Maybe that's why they call it the new one, because it's as heavy as the old one. But that's definitely a definite con to it. So overall, is the new iPad worth getting? Well, not really. If you never had an iPad, I guess it's something to consider, but if anything, I would consider saving $100, and if you want, get an iPad too if you're really into Apple. But other than that, there's a lot tablets that have a lot more to offer out there. Even the iPad 2, save your money for $100. I mean, you're gonna need to get their Apple TV and spend $100 just to connect it to the TV anyway. So might as well use it on that. So in the end, is it worth it? Can you tell the difference? You know, the resolutionary display is what they're supposed to get you with. If not, definitely check other videos out. This is RICKY, the Android Guy. Hey guys, have an Android question? Feel free to click the I have a question button, if you have a question. Or you can just leave us a question in the comment section down below. I'll respond ASAP. Or if your question's really good, I'll dedicate a whole video towards it. This is RICKY, the Android Guy. Oh yeah, and of course subscribe to us because in the Android we trust.